Just a small point, but since Great Britain doesn't have a football.
Calling football soccer.
Also, World Cup final? The only time England was in the World Cup final was in 1966. So either this Jumbotron is widely anachronistic, or someone has grossly overestimated the quality of English football in hopes it would change history. Worked for Fever Pitch, I guess.
Okay, Jeremy, let me explain this to you. This movie is what is known as fiction. That means it's not real. Fictional stories are allowed to include events that haven't actually happened in real life, like maybe, I don't know, England's football team going to the World Cup final. No matter how unlikely it is to actually happen due to how utterly shite England's team is, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility for a fictional story where rats have managed to build their own city in the sewers that has somehow gone completely undetected by humans.
This DVD collection goes from actual DreamWorks self-fellatio to parody titles, instead of staying consistent and taking some time to think up parody titles for the DreamWorks flicks as well. How hard is it to come up with Drek instead of Shrek?
I should probably add a miss-sin for this family owning Shark Tale on DVD. Imagine being that big of a loser.
Also, is that The Last Castle? The Last Castle? Chris, weren't you in that movie?
Yep, one of the most terrible experiences of my life.
Chris exists in the Flushed Away universe and the movie doesn't even acknowledge it.
Alright, I thought that was a pretty funny joke.
No, not believing. Have mercy! No, I can't swim! But you are currently swimming.
Roddy's not swimming. He's treading water. There's a difference.
Have you seen my dad?
Oh, okay, that egg wasn't even yours to Easter.
Apparently, Jeremy is under the impression that you're only allowed to reference a movie if you're the one who made it.
Thanks for bringing me this far.
You're welcome.
Why does speaking into the bottle echo his voice around the cave? Wouldn't that only work if the end had been cut off? Really started to think someone is relying far too heavily on cartoon physics for their comedy.
Cinemasins cartoon physics in a cartoon, which is the appropriate place for cartoon physics.
I'm taking a sit off of the running gag with the slugs, and you can't stop me. I can't stop. You can't stop me not stopping me. I shall not be stopped! But also, why aren't they afraid of Roddy anymore? They were screaming at him a few minutes ago, and nothing's really changed except them wanting to be a part of the story now.
Did you really just assume that these are the exact same slugs that we saw before just because they're both slugs? That's racist.
Oh! I know where it is! I know where it is! Making assumptions.
Come on, man. That's not an assumption. You can clearly see the ruby poking out of the pocket. Also, that pun sucked.
I just want to get home to Kensington.
And I'm telling you the exact location of where I'm going so that your familiarity with it can progress the plot.
Apparently mentioning the neighborhood you live in is too exact for Jeremy's liking.
This segment where this bobblehead of the then Prince Charles sets off a domino effect that destroys the monarchy collection, eventually ending in the destruction of a queen, is a brilliant social commentary on the fragility and ridiculousness of modern royalty. And if I thought for 1 second that this movie intended any of that, I'd remove a sin instead of adding these 5.
Apparently having unintended brilliant social commentary is worth 5 sins now for some reason.
Quite high, rather high, so very, very high.
My response when someone asks me how high I have to be to get through sinning the Fast movies somehow makes it into this script.
This sin for Flushed Away is that the Fast and Furious movies require being on drugs to get through.
Roddy St. James saves the day.
Teaching kids that the correct response to someone pissing you off is punching them down a ladder.
There is no ladder present here.
How do I know this ain't just a load of old rubbish?
Well, I suppose you'll just have to trust me.
Okay, so I was just reading the Letterboxd reviews for this movie, and a concerningly large number of them were about how they thought that Roddy was incredibly handsome, and I just want to add a missed sin for the fact that I completely understand that. Dear animation studios, please stop making your animal characters sexy. You are just breeding furries at this point.
Alright, you got yourself a deal.
Choosing the most boring way possible to swap spit.
Jeremy apparently has a quota for how interesting the spit-swapping technique of fictional rodents must be.
Did you find it?
We got most of it, boss.
Forget the ruby! It's the master cable that I want.
But you didn't fucking tell them that. They had no idea that you wanted the cable back. It's amazing how many villains would have higher success rate if they didn't have an audience to surprise.
Do you not remember how Spike and Whitey left in a hurry and had already been sent after Rita and Roddy before she even stole the cable? Toad didn't have the time to tell them the change of plans before they left.
I was about to praise this newspaper for actually having a non-copy and paste article that actually matches the headline. That is until I realized it's describing the events of Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which, as previously mentioned, exists as a movie in this universe. Okay, maybe this movie is a dramatization of events that actually happened and were reported in this newspaper, but you and I both know it's actually just another fucking ill-thought-out Easter egg.
This newspaper article was apparently written by Grant Gustin's character from Glee.
Stealing the NOS button from the Fast movies.
Wait. Does Jeremy actually think that the Fast movies invented NOS? I didn't even know what to say to that, man.
I'm choosing to believe that this book is a copy of Cracking Animation, which is a stop-motion holy text, and that at least someone behind the scenes slipped it in as a you to this movie being CGI. It wouldn't have taken a genius to realize this movie would be 1,000 times more endearing if it was stop-motion. Come on, it's not odd, man.
The reason why this movie wasn't animated using stop-motion is because it would have been too difficult to render water using stop-motion, and using actual water would have ruined the plasticine models. Also, that pun was not worth your time.
These two characters aren't voiced by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
I liked that joke.
Well, that was convenient.
No sins removed for one of the best fart jokes I have ever seen in a movie.
Oh, righty. I saw an opportunity and I seized it.
This movie is 76 minutes long.
Honestly, I agree. There's so many movies that come out nowadays where that long overstay their welcome and go past like 20 to 30 minutes, like past when they probably should have ended. And it's always nice to see movies that are just like refreshingly short.